Abba Kyari. We stink, but they will never know peace. Welcome to the news, and thank you for tuning in to listen. You're shocked policemen are drug dealers and tailors, etc. Do you know how many are car dealers, real estate moguls, selling property of suspects? We stink. Well, we are yet to see the yet of the yest of worst of crimes. That is what this week has been all about. Some people are now like their hope have been shattered. When a DCP is found wanting, first of all on crime suspects, which is with the FBI, and you know they're trying as much as possible because of one thing or the other. He has not been extradited. He has not been said, okay, go and answer for your crime. All of a sudden, this is no longer news. But let's find out more, because I tell you, because the worst of crimes is still yet to be found out. The news in detail, please stay with us. When people who know what was happening called for total reform of a police leading to win SARS, you took it personal and politicized it out of context. If you get to know how many innocent men and women who were framed and had their property stolen by same police officers, if you know how many police officers, if you know how many police suspects whose wives were raped by policemen claiming that the only way their husbands can be released and yet their husbands were murdered, if you know how many suspects who landed property changed ownership under duress, if you know how many suspects who were simply murdered in cold blood because they could not raise the humongous amount of money the officers in charge demanded, families that have been traumatized beyond what humans can bear. They are not talking because they are afraid. They have lost their voices, and even if they open their mouth, nothing will come out. Children whose fathers were murdered while they watch, children whose mothers were desecrated while they were forced to experience such pains that automatically get ingrained in their DNAs, will think. Who will investigate the activities of this same IRT in Imo State when they were deployed there to counter the unknown gunmen? If people open up and tell you stories of atrocities, we all shield away from because we claim they're working. Even as we pretend to be shocked about the present case, innocent Nigerians are daily subjected to all sorts of dehumanization from people who should protect them. A friend who was a crime reporter have reported nervous breakdown, suffered depression, and had to relocate from his country to regain his sanity. We stink. Do you know how many people whose vehicles were impounded in this Lagos because of traffic offences? But the vehicles are nowhere to be seen, and the offenders were not charged to court. Who will open the can of worms on the activities of LASMA or at the GMT? Weep for ordinary Lagosians without access to Alausa. They see hell every day. On corruption rate, and LASMA should be topple the police by now. Is it the FCC? Is it NDLEA? They are drug dealers. Customs, military, even the FRSC. Nurses who sell babies, doctors involved in organ merchandise. Which profession is spared? We stink. Everybody is looking for opportunity and power to oppress and depress the next person. If you know the high level of suppressed traumas being daily embedded in the social DNA of Nigerians, you should be afraid of the monsters you are incubating. The traumas will be transferred from one generation to another, and they will unleash on this land. Blood speak. Innocent blood will continue crying out for revenge. A land with a bloody foundation being watered daily with blood and sweat can only yield what it has: blood. We have communalized spilling of human blood. Organ harvesting is now a thriving business. Human sacrifice, it is junior offshoot. Blood everywhere. They'll take innocent blood, cry for revenge. They'll make demands. They will never rest. It is Abba Kyari today. They are bigger pythons than Abba Kyari. still moving around and pretending to be sent, but they will never know peace. Kelechi Deka, right from Lagos. Wow. The whole system, what this person is trying to bring to the notice, the whole system is so corrupt. Yes, he is only saying what we have seen. We have not even merely scratched the surface. That if you go to each corner, there is nowhere in this our economy that will not find things that will make you gasp. And what he has said is the truth and nothing but the truth. In this time where on a daily basis things happen. Just 2 days ago, we read about how a certain man, a driver, I think that driver was actually, it happened in the southwest, one of the southwestern states, in Lagos State in particular, how he set himself ablaze in Lagos. Why? His vehicle was impounded. He was so frustrated. And do you know what they were saying in the news? Oh, each of the police officers they asked, they'll say, oh, they were not on ground that day, that it happened around 1 in the morning, and before so time, the man has already set himself ablaze, they were looking for phone. I was like, wow. This system is so corrupt. And the thing is, we all think that we are wise. Everybody is claiming to be wise and smarter. Everybody covers his or her own. Tomorrow, don't worry. We are actually breeding a monster. A society have bred monsters. There is no day on a daily basis that these things like this do not happen. There is no day on a daily basis. In fact, if you go out, you come back and you're somebody who you don't have anybody in the powerhouse, I tell you, you should be giving glory to God. Because you don't even know. You went out and come back. There is somebody who did not go out and come back. Not because they had accident or they are dead. Because of some of these crimes they have listed. How did you get here? The mortality rate in Nigeria. The immoral, as in we have lost the secrecy of human life. We have lost the secrecy of human life. We can now stand and watch somebody being killed in front of us without being shaken. At the end of the day, like I said, it is people like us that still commit these crimes. We can only say, we can only point accusing fingers. Each and every one of us has a role to play to get Nigeria to where it will be. That place we want Nigeria to be, we have a role. For every crime that's happened, we have a role. Sometimes we close our mouth. Sometimes we speak. We refuse to speak or refuse to support those who are actually trying to speak for themselves. God will help us. On this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.